Sharp Game here, coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com. And over the weekend, I met some people that I've been exchanging messages with for a couple weeks. And I finally got a chance to meet them in person. And it was a meetup, and there was about 100 people here where I live at. And the question came about, they were talking about long distance relationships. And they asked me what I thought about it. And of course, everyone have their own different perspective on long distance relationships. And I gave my opinion. And I wanted to share it with you online. So, when it comes to long distance relationships, the thing that you have to always ask yourself, what is it for? What's the plan? Where is it going? And the reason why you have to ask yourself that, I mean, if you're 4 hours away, 2 hours away from each other, I mean, what are you trying to do? Are y'all gonna eventually end up living in the same city or town? Or y'all just having fun? If you're just having fun and there's no end goal, there's no plan, I think it's a waste of time. Because let me tell you a story. About 20 years ago, when I got out of the military, I'm from South Carolina, so I went back home for like 2 weeks when I got out. And I went to California. And the plan was for me to move in with her. This girl I knew at the time. I guess you could call her my girlfriend at the time. But I moved in with her. And it turned out to be a disaster, to make a long story short. But we didn't really have any plan. She had her own plans that she didn't feel the need to share with me. See, because she was just getting out of college. And I haven't been to college. I'm just getting out of the military. She was just getting out of college. And she had all these plans. She wanted to start a family and get married and buy a house and get a new car and travel the world. But a lot of these plans she didn't feel the need to share with me. So I got caught off guard. So that's why things didn't work out, and it turned out to be a disaster. Because we weren't on the same page. We didn't have a plan. So that's why I say, when I see people that are living in between cities, maybe they're 2, 4, 6 hours away, 8 hours away, sometimes even more than that. Or they flying back and forth once, twice a month. I always ask, what's the plan? How far are y'all taking this? Because if you don't have any plan, I mean, it's just for fun. I guess I can assume it's just all for fun. Because if you fail, like they always say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And most people, the long distance relationship is not going to work anyway. Most people won't even attempt to do it because a lot of people a lot of adults, especially past the age of 30, they have low self-esteem. past. A lot of people have low self-esteem past the age of 30, especially if they got married early. So that's not gonna work out for most people anyway. Most people are not gonna even attempt to do a long-term relationship. They'll just cut it off. They'll just disengage and disconnect as soon as they find out that the person is gonna be away for a long time. They might not even be moving. The person might just be a truck driver or something like that. They might be out of town 5-6 days a week and probably be home on the weekends. Or maybe they might be out of town maybe in a 30-day time period, and maybe they have 4 days off during the month, like a friend of mine has. So even most people I know will just disconnect and cut the person off mentally when they find out something like that in a situation if the person is a truck driver, without even telling them the other person anything. And when the person leaves, when the truck driver leaves, the other person just does their thing. And when they come in town, they'll just act like nothing happened while they were gone. So that might last for a couple months, maybe a couple years, until they get exposed. Somehow they'll slip up, you know. So that's not going to work. But the people that do attempt to do it, what I always say is, what's the plan? How far y'all trying to go? Y'all trying to be together? Trying to at least live in the same town? Are y'all trying to live together? Otherwise, if there's no plan on being together, on building something together, I'd say just opt out of even trying to have a long distance relationship. Because if you don't have a plan, it's not going to work. Because you have to be very transparent. You have to be on the same page. And you have to be brutally honest with each other. Especially from a distance. Because most people, especially today, have a low attention span. You know, it's hard for them to focus on one thing. It's hard for them to focus on one person today. More than anything. So you just have to be brutally honest with yourself first. Then you can be honest with the other person. That way won't be any confusion. And I wouldn't recommend you, if you're a man, I wouldn't recommend you quit your job and drop everything you got and move in with her. I wouldn't recommend that. No, I wouldn't recommend that. Because in most cases I've seen over the years, that usually doesn't work. That usually turns out to be a disaster. Because what happens is when you move in with a woman, most women, for whatever reason, they feel the need to take control of the situation, and the guy too. And she knows that he just quit his job. Maybe he was working a decent paying job. And he just left everything, and he's starting over from scratch, more than likely, unless he might know a couple people over there. But I can almost guarantee you it's not going to be the way it was where he left. So he's starting over basically from scratch. She's probably been there for a couple years, or maybe she's from that town. So she's using that as leverage. See, a lot of women can be very manipulative, and can be very, a lot of them will take advantage of situations just so they can have more freedom. And as a result, it'll take away your freedom. So you got to be careful when it comes to that. This is, if anything, if you move somewhere, move into a new spot with her together. Don't move in with her, a place that she's been living for a while, an apartment or a house or whatever. Move into a spot that's brand new and fresh, where you and her can move in together. Because if you move in with her, a place that she's been living for a while, I can almost guarantee you that it's probably not going to go well. I haven't seen that work out very well. I haven't seen it work out very well. When the guy drops and leaves everything, all his income, everything behind, and flies cross country or maybe 10 hours away to be with this woman. I've known countless amounts of guys, for the most part, that situation failed miserably. Now, sometimes it fails when women move in with guys as well, but the numbers are record-breaking numbers for guys moving in with women, and it just goes bad for whatever reason. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's Mother Nature. I don't know, but I would say don't do that. It's okay if she moves in with you, because what happens, and another thing you have to be aware of, a lot of women get power hungry if you move in with them. As soon as y'all have an argument or a little disagreement about something, she's telling you to get out, hit the door. I mean, it can be a little petty argument, but she feels the need, since she's been living there a long time and you're just getting in there. If she can't control you, she don't want to be with you, she don't want to have nothing to do with you, she'll tell you to get out. Now, guys really don't do that. It takes a lot for a guy to kick a woman out. I mean, she got to done something like stole something or got caught having sex with a guy at the house, or maybe she's a thief, something like that. But guys don't really kick women out for just because they had an argument. But women, they do, because they seek, a lot of them seek to control every goddamn thing. Because a lot of them watched their mothers do that growing up. Or maybe they said, well, and maybe it continued on to television and movies and today's, reality shows today. So a lot of them are like sheep. They want to jump on the bandwagon, and they think this is how things supposed to be. So so a lot of them they say they don't want to control a man, but in reality, a lot of them do. But a lot of them just not going to come out boldly and state that. So you got to be careful. So if you're thinking about having a long-term relationship, you got to have a plan. And you have to be on the same page. Otherwise, it's probably just never going to work out as you plan. So if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel. Check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com. And then become a patron and donate at the bottom of this video. Until next time, Sharp Game is out.